Hey guys, Michael from Copper vs Glass, and today we're going to be looking at the top 5 icon packs for April of 2016. Now these are going to go in no particular order, they're just going to go from top to bottom on the list that you can see here, so let's take a look. Okay, so the first one that we have is Alos. Now this is a really nice icon pack if you like a really uniform design. Now don't get me wrong, it does definitely have some hints of iOS in it, however it does look extremely nice with these square icons with the rounded corners, and the vibrancy of the icons does look really nice, and it would look even better on something like a Galaxy S7 with the AMOLED screen. Now as with most icon packs, it does come with a bunch of preset wallpapers that you can use if you want to, however they're not necessarily the best wallpapers and some of them are a bit random and don't really go with the actual icon set itself. But if you are looking for something that has that really nice design that's going to be consistent throughout your OS and you maybe like a hint of iOS, then you can't go wrong. Next up then we have Vopor or Vorpor, I'm not too sure, but it's a lot like Alos but just heavily desaturated. As you can see here, the colours of the icon pack itself are very desaturated, and this one really depends entirely on the wallpaper that you're going to be using as to whether this is going to look nice or not on your device. Speaking of wallpapers, as you can see the icon pack does come with a bunch of preset desaturated wallpapers that will look extremely nice. Well, not all of them are necessarily desaturated, but there's a lot on here with different gradients and shapes and different colours and things that actually go really well with the icon pack. Next up is one of my favourite new icon packs, and it is called Sutoroko is how I'm going to pronounce it, and it's a really nice icon pack with some really awesome cartoony design with some nice black outlines. Now just in general this icon pack looks great with any sort of wallpaper and on any display. The OnePlus 2 that you're looking at here doesn't have Quad HD and it's not AMOLED, but it looks extremely nice. Now one thing that I would say is certain applications, for instance the YouTube Studio app, don't automatically get skinned, and I'm not too sure why, because if you actually go into it and go into edit, you can see there in the top left hand corner there is an icon for the YouTube Studio application, but for some reason it doesn't automatically put it on the application. That's something that you have to do after the fact and hopefully can be patched in a future update. The wallpapers included with this one are some of the best in terms of consistency, as they've got that really nice cartoon design. Now there's not necessarily much of them, but in general as you can see here you've got some really cool wallpapers that will actually go really nicely with the icon pack itself. Then we come to Retro Rika, and the great thing is it actually skins the YouTube Studio app, which is a plus in my book. Now these are some desaturated icons, but that's kind of in the name Retro Rika, and they've got some really nice colours to them and they do look vintage. Now that's the whole point of this icon pack, and as you'll see in a second from the wallpapers, that's kind of what they're going for with this design. It's got a really washed out, worn look to it, and it would go really well with some of the included wallpapers that you've got here within the application itself. And again, these wallpapers do have some really nice colours and they're really consistent as well, and you've got different varieties. Some wallpapers look the same but have slightly different colours to them, and again you've got some really nice cartoony design, and something like this car one that we're going to be looking at here with the coloured stripes behind it will look really awesome with this icon pack, which is definitely a great combination. And lastly then we have Glyph, which is a really high contrast, high colour icon pack, and again the YouTube Studio application doesn't want to skin for some reason. Now these application icons look really awesome. If you've got something though like a Galaxy S7, they may be slightly too bright, as you can see here on my OnePlus 2 with the LCD screen, they do look extremely colourful and almost neon-like. Some people might like that, others though they may not necessarily be a fan. Now these wallpapers are some of my least favourite, as they don't really go with the icon pack at all, and some of them like this floral blur that you can see here are ripped straight from something like the LG G4. Now that's not necessarily a bad thing if the icons go with it, however with this one, as you can see from this wallpaper, the icons just aren't going to match very well, and you're better off with a wallpaper that's a bit more material design. And that is going to do it, guys. Now don't get me wrong, I love where Android is going at the moment, I love material design, but sometimes it's nice to have something slightly different on your home screen that doesn't look a slight variation of what Android's doing with their stock OS icon pack. Now some of these are really nice, and I picked them for a very particular reason, and that's really just to get away ever so slightly from material design. Now like I mentioned, I do like that design aspect, but it's nice to have something different to look at every now and then. Now in terms of my favourite out of the 5, it has to be Suturoku, as this icon pack has some really nice colours and the icons themselves are very high quality with a bunch of icons that are actually skinned, and like I mentioned, there are some issues with, YouTube Studio and maybe a couple of other applications not skinning automatically, but you are sometimes going to get that. And I don't know whether it's because I'm using the stock OnePlus 2 launcher. If you're using something like Nova Launcher or Action Launcher, that may not be a problem. Now, if you guys have got any questions or comments about any of these icon packs, be sure to leave it in the comment section down below or on Twitter at Copper vs Glass. For more great content, don't forget to subscribe. I'm Michael, and I will catch you guys in the next video.